mental health. You gotta check on your mental health when you live out here in Indianapolis, because the depression, it gets real out here. What's up? It's your girl Jazz. Stay tuned to find out what it's like living in Indianapolis Suburbs, Fishers to be exact. I'm gonna tell you some pros and cons from a Black perspective. Maybe this will help you decide if you're gonna move here or not. We'll see. Stay tuned. Let's hop straight into pro number one, which is gonna be location. Fishers, Indiana is located just north of Indianapolis. In Fishers, you have everything you need within a 10 to 15 minute drive from your house, no matter where you live. There's all sorts of restaurants. There's gonna be Targets, Walmarts, Kroger's, liquor stores, everything that you're gonna need right in your community. So you don't have to branch out and go into Indianapolis unless you want to. But let's say you do want to explore Indianapolis. Downtown Indianapolis is only a 30-minute drive from Fishers. That means if you are tired of the restaurants in your own community, you can go out into Indianapolis and find all of your fancy restaurants such as Ruth Chris, Benihana, Cheesecake Factory, or of course you have your 5-star restaurants and you have your 2-star restaurants. Just pretty much you can find anything in Indianapolis if you want to make that trip. Location is perfect. That leads me to pro number two, which is parking. No matter where you're going to go in Fishers, there's always going to be parking. All of your favorite restaurants, all of your favorite stores, parking is going to be readily available, and it's most likely going to be free. If you have to pay, it's not going to be more than about $2 at a time. Totally worth it. Indianapolis, on the other hand, parking is also a pleasure. The parking decks cost you around $5 to $10, or if you're lucky enough to get street parking, you're only going to pay a couple dollars at a time. Pro number three, absolutely affordability. Living in Fishers afforded me the opportunity to get a house all on my own. Don't need no man for nothing. Okay. All jokes aside, for about $230, you can literally buy a house about 1,900 square feet easily in a nice neighborhood with sidewalks and HOA fees. Prices, you can't beat it overall. Kind of reminds me of living down south. Pro number four, it's kid friendly. Fishers is a city that's really big on children, and I absolutely love that about Fishers. There's all kind of sporting opportunities for your children, awesome opportunities to get your kids involved with martial arts, coding. There's several STEM programs, STEAM programs, and everything of the sort. Your child could absolutely flourish here if you allow them to. Not to mention, the school systems here are high ranking. If you go to greatschools.com, put Fishers in, you'll find that a lot of the schools have an 8, 9 by their name. Highly recommended for school. Indianapolis schools, not so much. You can look that up on the internet, not the way to go. If you have children, I highly recommend you move to Fishers so that you can give them a better education. And that's where it stops. That's where the pros stop. Let's get into these cons. Con number one, there's no Southern hospitality here. And you might think that's obvious, like you live in Indianapolis. You're not in the South anymore. But what I mean is that nobody up here has manners. Nobody has respect. You can literally walk into an establishment and people will just look at you, look you up and down. They will not even acknowledge you. You can walk by someone and say, "Hi, how are you?" And they will literally look at you like you're a freaking ghost. Like, that's unheard of to me. If I speak, being polite, that is a gesture that I expect in return. If I hold the door open for you, I expect for you to say thank you. Or at least look me in my eye and maybe put on a fake smile and acknowledge me. Here, none of that. Never seen anything like it. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. So imagine somebody having a New York attitude without anything else New York City-ish. Like, you have nothing to show, but you got this big attitude. Like, I just can't with this place. Let's get it. Con number two, What better than to match the ignorant attitudes with the disgusting roads? Potholes everywhere. I don't know what it is about the roads, but they are bad. Like, clearly taxpayer dollars go to the education system and not the roads, which, I kind of appreciate, but at the same time, you're tearing my car up, fishes. The roads themselves are bad. The drivers on the roads are bad. There's constantly construction on major highways. I don't like it. 0 out of 10. I do not recommend. Con number 3, nightlife. What nightlife? There is no nightlife in Fishers at all. Yes, they have a couple of bars, restaurant bars, but I can't get jiggy with that shit. If you want any kind of entertainment, your best bet is to go to Indianapolis, and then their nightlife isn't much better. It's better than Fishers, but it's not like, let's say, DC nightlife, Atlanta nightlife. I'll even go as far as to say Charlotte, North Carolina nightlife doesn't exist here, people. Staying home. We're not outside. Con number 4, definitely the weather is cold, it's dark, and it's gloomy. Never did I imagine that the temperatures were going to get down into the negatives on the regular. I can deal with it. Like, I can stay inside if I need to, bundle up, Netflix and chill every day. But the issue that I truly have is that for a week at a time, you can go without sunlight because it's that cloudy and that gray. Mental health. You got to check on your mental health when you live out here in Indianapolis because the depression, it gets real out here. Now, with all that being said, I don't love living out here. I don't hate it, but I will let you decide if it will be an experience that you're willing to take on. Maybe you need to be in an environment where there's not many distractions, where there's not a lot going on. Like for me personally, I'm in school right now. I work full time. I'm a mother to a 6-year-old. So I don't need a lot of hustling, bustling all the time. So this area is working out okay for me right now. In the comments below, let me know your perspective of Indianapolis or Fishers or Indiana in general. Additionally, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Also, feel free to reach out if you have any questions for me, if you would like to talk more about Indianapolis, travel, parenting, army life. Let me know. I'm here for y'all. Thank you so much for watching this video in 2022. This is our year. We're going to do great things together. You and I. Stay connected. I appreciate you.